So we're into the top 5. And I will say these are probably going to be pretty easy. I think you'll be more surprised on the order.
I'm surprised we're batting 1,000.
I mean, we are.
All right. Number 5.
Let's go.
A sci-fi horror about a deadly extraterrestrial creature hunting a spaceship's crew in a genre collapse.
Is that even remotely hard?
Well, I mean, you could say aliens and be wrong.
You could say Prometheus.
You could say Prometheus and be wrong. You could say. I would say no plural, just alien.
Yeah, I would agree.
What
And
a-
that's
what
it
another
is. It is
phenomenal.
a horror film, and I think people forget how amazing the tension is that as it's building up, and the fact that I want to say it was 79,
Yeah.
somewhere around there with the effects, and it was like, yeah, I get Star Wars had come out and revolutionized everything,
But I mean, that was it was like that movie.
It was dark. It was a dirty ship. It wasn't like back in the day with 2001 where everything's clean. It was like, no, these are
It's
it's
a
crazy
construction crew on
Yeah.
a like it's-
salvaging.
Yeah.
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 Garbage ship.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean that one was another. I mean, what I like about some older horror movies and stuff is when you do get like we talked about Psycho and things like that, where it was like, oh, this is a turn.
Yeah.
When from the second the chest buster
Yeah.
happens, it's like, and that was so unsettling the first time you ever see that. That's just like,
And then he's
holy
fine.
shit. Yeah.
He's fine. It falls off and it comes out. And then,
Oh no, but I'm talking when
Oh,
he
when he's-
pops out of his
yeah.
chest.
well,
you were
that's the
just
thing
like-
when you're like, oh, everybody's fine. We're
Yeah.
good. Like the whole
What
thing about
happens
quarantine.
next?
And then when he's at the dinner and they're like,
And it's cool because it's such a mid-conversation thing. They
Yeah.
don't play. They don't show him having a rough time. He's just talking, and then he's like, "Oh no."
and I
don't
assume
feel
everybody knows this, but they probably don't because I am a true film nerd, like a lot of us here. They did not tell the cast what was happening.
good." That's
So
outstanding.
if you go and watch
Oh,
like frame by
man.
frame, I don't remember the young lady's name, not Sigourney Weaver, the other one. And if you watch her and the chest burst comes out and the blood goes everywhere, she like freaks the fuck out.
It's
Like blood, everyone's like, ah! She didn't know.
that's so good.
And I'm like,
though.
Ridley
That's
Scott, you were
so
a
good.
genius.
And the cool thing is because it was a practical effect, they actually had to watch her and have it happen. Where it
Yeah.
was like today, it would be like, okay, you're pretending something busts out of this person's chest. Like you will never get a better reaction than that. That's
Well, and the
amazing.
tension with Tom Skerritt when he's in the tunnel air duct system
Oh.
and he's got his little like flame
Mm-hmm.
and then they're trying to track him on horrible old graphic computers, but that was perfect. And where's everything? And all of a sudden he turns and
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my God, this is whoa,
Horrifying.
whoa.
Horrifying. All right.
Okay, I agree.
All right, I'm going to start redacting some words from these.
Oh,
Kyle's
Kyle's
making
making
it
it harder is what he's trying to say.
No, we're doing good.
Number 4, this film brought blank back to life with groundbreaking visual effects.
Well, that doesn't. Is the blank the title?
No.
Well, you got to give us the blank. But that's not.
All right, well, let's give one round of guesses and then we'll get the blank. Can we
But-
at least get a
hold
year
on,
and
hold on.
era? We're not talking about 1932 Frankenstein, are we?
You're talking about...
It's 1932 Frankenstein.
No, 1993 is the year.
And what is the thing again?
Dinosaurs, Jurassic Park.
God damn it. All right, yeah, there you go.
Do you know why I know
they
this,
are
Brandon?
monsters.
Do you know what happened on June 11th, 1993?
No.
I turned 16! Greatest birthday ever. Saw that and got my driver's license.
I turned 16.
It was a great day.
Whatever, that movie's great.
Oh, it is. I mean, I remember literally being in the theater, seeing it the first time. And to this point, like, we had stop motion dinosaurs. That's what we knew. We had Terminator and Abyss as far as what we might be able to do with special effects. But seeing a real dinosaur was like,
And I mean,
it's
if you
interacting.
watch the very first Jurassic Park movie today, it still holds up. There's still terrifying parts of that movie, and it all
T-Rex
looks
scene.
great. Oh, I mean, just the T-Rex scene, the raptors in the kitchen. Like,
I will say that was the disappointing part, though, is knowing as I'm nearing the end of my education in high school that dinosaurs aren't the dinosaurs I initially grew up with. And like, there's this new thing, a velociraptor. Cool. And since then, we found out, oh, they might have feathers. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, I love it. Like,
what?
Dinosaur News has now gotten, it's like, hey, they are all giant birds. And they're like, just kidding. Only some of them were. Just
Yeah.
kidding. None of
And
them
I'm like,
were.
I grew up with a
Just
T-Rex
kidding,
and a
they had
brontosaurus
feathers,
and Triceratops.
Whatever, man. My
They were like
dinosaurs.
weird birds.
It's gonna turn into like Talladega Nights, where it's like my baby Jesus
Nice.
is my Jesus is baby Jesus. It's like, well, my dinosaurs have feathers. Okay, like
Battle of the Dinosaur Kids.
All right.
yeah.
Number 3. This film about a blank terrorizing a blank community redefined the summer blockbuster.
Jaws.
I
1975.
can
Okay.
see it.
Amityville.
Got it?
You guys are too
Damn. Okay. You didn't even get to the year yet. There it is, John.
Because it was a summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
I want you to know that I even redacted the fact that it
Shark.
says great white shark, and I
That
even
would've
just made
been-
it 1.
Oh, I would have said the Meg then.
I would have been like Frankenstein.
No, it did revolutionize. Like before this, it's hard for me to understand. I was born in 1977, so I wasn't alive when this came out. That you would just maybe willy-nilly go to the movie, cool, what's playing, cool, we're going to check it out, cool. To there is an epic event at a theater, we need to be there to check it out. And that's exactly what Jaws did, is it created this blockbuster. We have to go see this.
Really?
And I can't imagine a time before that where it was like, I wonder what's playing. Let's go check out the cinema.
No,
Hey, Dr. Strangelove? I wonder what that's about.
God, so it's fascinating to me, and I personally feel like that has aged very well. But I can tell you from a father showing a Gen Z 2 children, they thought the shark was stupid.
I mean,
The
I
movie
always
is great. The effects are meh.
I always thought it was a great movie, but like even watching that as a younger person, I was never like, oh God, because I'm like, I don't live near. I'm in Las Vegas. I've been in Las Vegas most of my life. Like,
That's a good
this is
point.
the safest place I could be from a shark. Like, I had friends who were like, I was afraid like the shark was swimming on my bed, and I'm like, well, how the hell did that happen? There's no water in your room. There's nothing here. Shark's not gonna get you. Yeah, like I'm just,
Land
I
shark.
never, Jaws never hit me that way.
Well, as a kid that would routinely go visit his grandparents in Florida,
Oh yeah.
oh my God.
Well, I mean, you should have been scared enough to go.
all
to Florida.
the time. Well, back then it was a little better.
But
No, like we're in
There
the
were
Gulf of
signs, but there were
Mexico.
signs.
There aren't sharks there. They're literally dolphins that they're known for. Put my foot in.
But
like,
what if? But what if?
Dun, 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 dun. And let's give it John Williams. Dear
Oh,
Lord, that
yeah.
guy is a genius. Literally, dun, dun. I don't know anything about music. I don't know how many notes this is, but it's like the most simple of things. And you're like terrified. You know what that is. Oh my God. Anywho, see, I don't know anything about music. We're batting 1,000 still.
We still are.
Jesus.
I'm gonna get you with this.
God damn it.
Boy from Cleveland's winning.
You ready?
Crazy.
Number 2.
Oh shit.
I want to give you like a fraction of it.
Then do that.
Yeah, just start with.
Oh, Serenity.
I am shocked there has been no.
Okay, this
universal
is what we're
monster
gonna do
film.
with
higher.
this one. I'm gonna give you the last like 5 words. That's it.
It's like name that tune. Like
Yeah. All right, number 2. A global phenomenon that spawned numerous sequels and adaptations.
Yeah.
it is
Well,
literally-
Godzilla's had far more sequels than.
No, he was right.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of those monster movies.
Yeah.
Mon
It-
Mothra.
It really is.
Godzilla, Mon Mothra.
It is
all
amazing,
those.
just the historical realization of why these things exist, and that I don't mean this in a downer way, but this is the only country in the world that has experienced the atomic bomb,
Yeah,
and they created monsters based off of this
living
atomic
through that.
bomb,
Yeah.
and from that we get Godzilla, obviously still relevant today. It started out with a dude in a rubber monster outfit to now we have some of the greatest CG doing this.
Oh,
It's
I mean-
What
awesome.
I left out of that description
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
was just Japan's response to the atomic age.
No, I mean that
Yeah.
was that
No,
was
but
it.
like the
I
fact
mean,
that you just filled it in without even realizing it was great.
But it's crazy to think that idea came out of something like that,
Yeah.
and it's like, and not only did it come out of that, but it caught on.
Yeah.
I mean, like when the original movie came out, it did so well that they took that movie and then for American audience added just scenes with an American actor
Yeah.
that would just like
Thank you,
fill
Perry
in
Mason.
what was happening, and then just so like America could experience it. I think having anybody watching a foreign film back then was going to be a hard sell, but
And they're even fun to go back and revisit.
Dude, they're
uber
great.
cheesy,
but they're
uber
so
cheesy.
much fun.
but they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Highly recommend. And then all the kaiju they brought in regards to Godzilla, are hilarious and
I mean,
sillier as we go on,
We
but
get
they're
Son
fun.
of Godzilla at some point, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mecha Godzilla, Mothra, like
Which I have to say,
scary moth.
bring a Mecha Godzilla, the last sequel, the fact that we were able to get a live action Mecha
That was
Godzilla
awesome.
and not have it be completely ridiculous,
The
I was
dude in
like,
the suit.
I'm into it.
Yeah. All right.
Number one.
Number one. I don't even really think I can read any of this without you getting it.
If it's not a universal monster, I'm going to be
I know,
upset. We haven't brought up a single one.
Well,
Can I go?
I don't
can
think
we
it
guess
is.
What we
By
think
his
about-
reaction,
yeah.
I don't think it is.
Can I guess Frankenstein? All right,
Well, you can.
I can.
you
I can't do anything,
But you
but you know, I have consequences. In my
All right.
actions.
So, this iconic film about a blank taken from his island and brought to blank. Oh. Set the standard for monster movies.
Oh, okay, man. I went in a weird
I'm
direction.
actually
My brain
surprised.
for-
Yeah, when it first started,
I was like, huh?
oh,
I was like, who
It's-
kidnapped who?
King Kong, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
That's another one too. Though the original, I love rewatching because it was a good. I mean,
You're talking about 1930s, right?
yeah. I mean,
33.
I do want to bring up there are some things in there that have aged poorly.
A little bit.
A little bit of that, but like the description said, set the bar for.
And how iconic the literal practical effects that they were doing, and that is kind of what we talked about earlier with the not claymation but stop motion animation. When he's on the Empire, is it Empire State Building? No, what's he?
Yeah,
And he's got Fay Ray, and it's like, oh my god, like this is amazing with the planes coming around. It's like they didn't have a real ape up on a freaking building doing that. It's like this is impressive for back then.
I mean, everything about that movie. You're right. It set a standard.
Yeah,
You're
and
absolutely
even the Jeff Bridges 1980s, I found enjoyable with Jessica Lange.
yeah.
And I didn't necessarily like
I
the Jack
mean,
Black version.
Jessica Lange.
Yeah.
Anything she does is outstanding.
But now that they've brought him back with Skull Island and the whole Godzilla, I'm a huge
the
fan.
Peter Jackson, Jack Black one,
Yeah.
although it was fun, it definitely felt like it was meant to be more of a spectacle
Yeah.
with the technology that was around at the time.
Yeah.
And like look cool. I'm for that, but that does rank lower on my Kong
Yes.
remakes and stuff. But yeah, I mean, okay, cool. Wow, we did much better
Nailed it.
than we thought we were going to.
You're welcome for the assist.
We would have guessed it,
Probably.
probably.
Also, next time I'm going to try to get it to have better responses that are poorly.
Kyle's gonna go home and just look up some like wild AI descriptions and be like, "Cool, you're
I know.
never guessing this
We
one."
gotta do cryptids next.
This was translated
Ooh.
from Bucharest. I'm like, I'm out. Got no idea.
Done.
I would like to say the closest we came to an AI character this time, Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah,
And that wasn't even mentioned. And there were no universal monsters. That is kind of
interesting.